Hey guys, Sci-Fi Guy 2094 here. Today's video is something I've been wanting to do for a while. It is kind of just like a list of 10 sci-fi indie films that I really like and I thought I should share with you guys. So this list is like not in any particular order of like which one's like the best or which one's the most unique or has the best visual effects, best story, anything like that. And these are all really great movies. I just think they're all kind of interesting in their own way, because with indie films, sci-fi is like something that hasn't really it's been explored, but it's just nice to see good indie sci-fi films instead of like the big blockbuster sci-fi films like Star Wars, Star Trek, Transformers, and I love all that stuff too. Don't get me wrong. I grew up with Star Wars and Transformers and Men in Black, so I love all that stuff. But I think sometimes the indie stuff gets overlooked, so I wanted to talk about it. So, like I said, this list is in no particular order. It's just things that I saw and I thought would be pretty cool to talk about. So, let's get started. First one on my list is Captive State. So, Captive State is a really cool film. It's basically set in Chicago in like the year 2050 something like that. Can't remember. But anyway, um, this extraterrestrial race is basically just they're kind of occupying, and in this particular story, we're in the city of Chicago, and humans, instead of like kind of fighting the aliens, have decided to like work with them, and basically the aliens and the humans like govern together. um and basically, they're like an occupying force, but there's no like war really. And I think the cool thing about this film is we don't even really get a huge reveal about the aliens and like what their purpose is and why they're here. But basically, this movie is about a guy, and he's trying to find his brother who was like kind of the leader of this resistance. um, the brother he's looking for, it's Jonathan Majors plays his older brother. When I first saw this film, I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know Jonathan Majors was in this film. But anyway, that is Captive State. It's a really good movie. It's something you should check out for sure. Um, so next movie is I have High Life. So High Life is a very cool film. It stars Robert Pattinson, Mia Goth, which I don't really remember her being in this, but anyway, I think I talked about this movie before on the channel. It's just about these prisoners who are on this. They're on like this prison in space, right? And it kind of deals more with like um, isolation, isolationist themes and things of that nature. There's some pretty weird psychedelic, uh, trippy stuff going on in this movie, so be forewarned. There are some kind of weird sex scenes. It's so weird, man. Like, I love this movie. Like, it's been a while since I've watched it. If you don't think Robert Pattinson's a good actor, if you haven't been blown away by his stuff already, like and The Lighthouse or his role in The Batman or Good Time, then if that didn't do it for you, then I think High Life will. So High Life is a really good movie. Make sure you guys check that one out. Next film I have is Brandon Cronenberg's Possessor. This movie is about this kind of super shady organization, and basically clients hire them and their services, and what they are able to do is with this weird technology they're able to put somebody's consciousness in another person's body, and they do this to carry out assassinations in like the business world, to take down rival CEOs and stuff like that. Like, it is crazy. It's bizarre. And they have these tests um, that they do before each, well, more so after each possession, to make sure they're still retaining their own mind and memory. So they'll show them these objects, and they'll have to tell them, is is it something that belongs to that person, or is it, is it an item they've never seen before? So it's super unique. It's super awesome. You should definitely check it out. Next on the list, I have Archive. So Archive is it's it is a thriller more so. It's just about a neuroscientist who is dealing with the death of his wife, and he's trying to perfect artificial intelligence. I think I did a review for this movie, so check it out. It is starring Theo James, and I believe this came out in 2020. So it's a really, really good film. Next one is The Artifice Girl. The Artifice Girl, I believe I talked about it once before. Basically, to put simply, there's this computer genius guy, and he was kind of like kept in this house as a kid, and he was like a victim of like child abuse and things like that. So what he does is he creates this AI program, and it looks like this little girl, right? And he he kind of enters like chat rooms, and basically, these guys, these older men think that this is like a real girl. They talk face to face with her, and it appears like they're doing FaceTime. Like it appears she's a real girl, but she's just a computer program. And he does this to catch predators. It's kind of like those YouTube videos where they do the same thing. They use like decoys, and they try to lure these men out who are trying to meet with kids. But it's a really good movie, really cool. A lot of philosophical themes going on in that movie, because the artificial intelligence Cherry, the program, actually, they're trying to figure out, okay, like, is this fair to her? Like, is she conscious? Like, how does she feel about this? Because eventually, well, no, I don't want to spoil that. But basically, what starts out as a computer program, and it's in like three separate acts, but in the final act, we actually see something happen with Cherry that we weren't expecting. So, anyway, I'll just leave it at that. Next on my list, I have Animal Kingdom. So, The Animal Kingdom is a French film, and it centers around humans that are being, I guess they're being afflicted by some type of strange mutations, and so they're transforming into but I'm mixing words, human animal hybrids. So that's kind of the whole story about that. They're trying to figure out, okay, like, what's going on? How can we help these people? How can we cure them? But then there's also injustice going on because they're like isolating these people and treating them like they're monsters. So it's a pretty good film. Next two films is actually a cool little unboxing, and I actually didn't expect these to be here till Thursday. So let me unbox this real fast. Oh, that's cool. That's really nice. Okay. So, first one, let's see. I have a list. That's why I'm actually looking over here. Okay, so I have this one first on the list, so I'll go ahead and do this one first. So, see, I don't want to scratch this because this is a steel book. So, I don't want to actually. All right, so whoa, that is nice. All right, so this one, make sure nothing is loose. Oh, the discs are kind of loose, so here we go. I don't want these to fall out. Oh wait, no, they're not. No, they're good. So, wow. Okay, so that's a pretty nice steelbook. So this movie is called Vesper. And, wow. It's got a nice little Nice. I guess it's a satin finish, and there's the back. So this is a steel book, and then here you've got the inside. You've got the disc. That's the actual film, I believe. Yeah, that's the Blu-ray, and then I think, okay, so there's the DVD in the back. So, wow, that is very cool. Vesper centers around a post-apocalyptic future where a 13-year-old girl and her dad, who lives, his consciousness is inside of a drone. And basically, she's trying to unlock the secrets of these seeds that the people from the Citadel, which are like the rich, powerful people, the people in the Citadel send them these seeds, but they have engineered them to like not really yield too much crops. You know, you got to keep the poor people, um, basically to keep the poor people uh, subservient, but also, I mean, it's subservient in a way, but also to keep them like dependent on the people from the Citadel to keep providing them with seeds. And then, kind of in exchange for the seeds, they like donate their blood to the people in the Citadel. And, you know, they explain like why they use the blood. But anyway, she's trying to unlock the secret of these seeds so she can figure out how to grow plants, you know, after basically this world has been ravaged by um, genetic experimentation gone wrong with GMOs and trying to um, bioengineer food. It's basically just like the entire ecosystem on Earth has collapsed. So that's the premise of this film. Super cool. I did a review for it, Vesper, so definitely check that one out. And then, see, this one just came too. So this one is Prospect. So Prospect, starring Pedro Pascal. It's about this young lady. Well, she's more like a kid. It's about this kid and her dad who are on this kind of they're on this moon, and they're just like mining these very precious, valuable these gems. So, you know, things go awry and she kind of has to survive on her own. So I believe I did a review for this. It's very good. So that is that. It's got J. Duplass in it. I'm not sure who that is. And then, of course, Pedro Pascal and Sophie Thatcher. I don't know who Sophie Thatcher is. This is like the only thing I've ever seen her in, but she did a great job. I would definitely recommend this. Let me see. All right. I'm trying to get this. Okay. So, pretty simple. Just one single disc. Really, really good movie. I'd definitely recommend this movie. And then, last but not least, I have a movie called Monolith that you guys have got to check out. I did a review on this one. It's about a disgraced reporter who's trying to salvage her career, and she starts this podcast and she starts delving into like the bizarre and, I guess you could say, supernatural, the occult type things. And you know, it's a really interesting movie. She's the only on-screen actor, and it's just dialogue driven, but it's super good. It's very intriguing. You know, these people start explaining these little black boxes that are showing up, and eventually she starts receiving these black boxes, you know, and the people that are telling her this, they're like, they don't know where these black boxes came from. They're like, they just seemingly came out of nowhere, and they don't remember how they got there. And she receives one, and these boxes have these weird languages that are seemingly alien in nature or in origin. And you know, she's trying to discover the secrets of these boxes. So it's a great film. You should definitely check out Monolith. Anyway, that is my list of just, it's not, like I said, no particular order from like good to bad or which one is the best or anything like that. It's just 10 sci-fi films that are also independent that I just really liked and I thought I should talk about. So that's my list. Let me know if you guys have seen any of these movies and what you thought of them, and if you plan on watching any of the other ones that I mentioned in this video in the future. So comment down below, and then I will see you next time.